Hi, I'm Liam Withers, and I'm pleased to say this is the first video review from TheTechReviewUK. Today we'll be looking at the Korg Kaossilator, which Korg are summing up as a dynamic phrase synthesizer. It's a pretty unique piece of kit and a bit of a step up from the classic stylophone. So Korg are a huge company. They've been dealing with synthesizers for many years now. When you buy from Korg, you know you're going to get a good product. So anyway, let's take a look. This is a box, obviously, and let's have a bit of a size comparison to a CD. Obviously you can see the CD is a lot thinner, but the actual box itself isn't huge. It's not, you can see it's quite a small piece of kit. So that's a really good album, by the way, as well. Basement Jacks, the single. Should have a look at that. So what's inside this little box? Let's have a look. Okay, we have the Kaossilator in some bubble wrap. We have a little piece of card with some settings information, I think, about what the different effects do, different scales. We have some instructions, which I cannot read that language, but thankfully on the other side I can read this language. So I have instruction manual and one more piece of paper in here, which is, it's just telling about disposal. Don't chuck batteries away, stuff like that, I think. So here we go, let's have a look. It's pretty small. It's quite a nice general look. Yellow and silver makes it look unique. People are probably going to ask you, oh, what's that? Looks cool. So yeah, looks quite nice. We've got a power slider here, so that's your power control. 2 RCA outputs, AC adapter, 3.5mm for your standard earphones, slot in there, and volume slider. It's got an arpeggiator, which is this little button here. As you can see, it says on the front, gate arp, so arpeggiator there. Loop button, tempo and beats per minute button, and a scale button. And then this switch, I imagine, goes through effects, and then batteries go in the back. Obviously you won't need the batteries if you're using the AC adapter, but that doesn't come included, so you'll have to pay some extra money, and the official Korg one costs quite a lot of money as far as I'm aware. So anyway, let's turn on the Kaossilator and plug it in. This is just a standard 3.5mm cable going into my speakers, so hopefully, yep, got some sound. Let's turn it up slightly. There we go. So we're in. Different effects. Apparently all these L effects, as you can see on the screen, it says L03, so L followed by 2 numbers. They're apparently all lead effects. And A, we're in now. A goes from 20 to 29. So yep, A are acoustic effects. And then B, bass sounds. Nice bassy sounds. It's quite nice. So bass, and then we've got C, chords. Sound effects, which S74 is supposedly a Pac-Man sounding effect, so we'll try that. Definitely is. And then we've got drums. And P, which is some drum loops apparently. Yep, just hold down. And it does different sounds depending on where you place your finger or thumb, obviously. So let's try and get something going. So I'm going to hold down the loop button and then press somewhere on here to make a drum loop. And I've let go. It's just going to continue playing. So we'll try something now. Let's record something. Just gonna keep playing. So there's lots of different things you can do with it. It's pretty nice actually. Oh, I like that. C59. So yeah, it's quite cool. One thing which you can note though is if you see on when I press down, if you look on this screen, it knows where my thumb is. But this doesn't support multi-touch. Well, it does. It finds the center location, so that's far left, far right. If I do both at the same time, it finds the center location. But that could be useful, or it could be annoying depending on the situation, but it just means you won't have two sounds playing at the same time. It will just find the center point. So, but I imagine it's easier to hit the center point dead on if you have a finger or thumb on either side, so it could be useful as well. What I think could make this a little bit cooler though is if it had an input. There's no input, so you can't plug your MP3 player or iPod in and play along to your favourite songs, so you're going to have to just play it through speakers or earphones instead, or plug it into something else and have your music going along with it, but you can't physically plug some audio into it, which is a bit, I don't know, it seems like it should have that really. But there's another unit from Korg called the KP3 which looks identical to this, but it's red and black I think, so that's an effects unit and that has inputs, so you can plug the Kaossilator into that, which seems quite nice. But yeah, obviously I made some music quite quickly with that. Very easy to use and easy to get to grips with. I imagine you could make a lot better music if you had time to get used to the Kaossilator itself, but I just took it out of the box, had a quick play and seen what it was like. So the RRP of this I think is £150, but I looked around for quite a bit and got mine for 100, which was quite a good saving I think. And it was still brand new obviously. And if I was to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably give this an 8. The only real downfalls are that it doesn't have the audio input and also the AC adapter, which you have to buy separately. So for me, just playing at home, I'm going to have to use batteries, whereas I'd rather plug it in. But it's still quite handy to have the battery feature for when you want to go on a bus or a train, because it keeps you occupied. So anyway, thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And the question for you to answer in the comments is, if you were Korg, what would you have done differently with a Kaossilator? Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.